Hi friends, in the last lecture we have discussed how to find particle integral when right hand side of the equation is of the form e raised to ax or sin ax or cos ax. In this lecture we are going to deal with type number 3, particle integral when right hand side is of the form x raised to m, where m is a positive integer. You may say right hand side of that equation is of the form polynomial. See some theory related to this particular integral. When x is equal to x raised to m, we write f of d in ascending power d by putting it in the form 1 is equal to phi of d. Okay, as you know, particular integral can be written as, by definition, pi is equal to 1 upon f of d into x. We have to write f of d, which are in the denominator, in the form of 1 upon phi of d. Then pi is equal to 1 upon f of d into x raised to m. We have written here f of d in terms of 1 plus phi of d. Take this 1 plus phi of d bracket on the numerator. So this can be written as 1 plus phi of d raised to minus 1 and x raised to m. After that, here is a bracket whose power is a minus 1. We can expand this bracket by using following these two expansion. One is what? 1 plus x raised to minus 1, and that expansion gives us 1 minus x plus x square minus x cube plus and so on. And another expansion is 1 minus x raised to minus 1, that gives 1 plus x square plus and so on. Okay, see here is a plus sign. That time we have to use this expression 1 plus x raised to minus 1, and that gives 1 minus x plus x square minus x cube plus and so on. Okay, as you know, derivative of x square is 2x. If we differentiate again x square, we get 2. If we differentiate again x square, we get okay. First derivative of x square is 2x. If we differentiate again x square, we get 2x, and the next derivative is 2. Okay, first derivative is 2x, second derivative is 2, and third derivative is 0. Okay, so if we are having a function as a x raised to m, its m plus 1 the derivative is 0. So we can say b and mth power of d need not be written, since derivative of x raised to m of powers higher than m are 0. See here, by operating each term of the expression on x raised to m, we get required particular integral. It is obvious that in the expansion, terms beyond mth power of d need not be written, since the derivative of x raised to m of power higher than m are 0. Okay, in short, we can say derivative of third derivative of x square is 0, fourth derivative of x cube is 0, m plus 1 and onward derivative of x raised to m. Okay, this is the small theory related to the derivative of power of x. Next, see example number 1. Here is example. Solve d cube y upon dt cube plus dy by dt is equal to cos t plus t square plus 3. First, we have to find a complementary function related to this linear differential equation. So first, write given differential equation as like this: d cube plus d into y is equal to cos t plus t square plus 3. D by dt nothing but d. Here d cube by dt cube nothing but d cube. Here d by dt nothing but d. So this can be written as d cube plus d y is equal to right hand side cos t plus t square plus 3. First we will find here complementary function. So for that we write first auxiliary equation. Auxiliary equation is dq plus d is equal to 0. Solve this, find its root. For that, we are taking d common. We get d into bracket d square plus 1 is equal to 0. So we get d is equal to 0 into d square plus 1 is equal to 0. From this equation, we get d is equal to 0. From this equation, if we solve, we get d is equal to plus minus I. So one root is a real and other root are imaginary. Corresponding to this root, complementary function can be written as c1 e raised to 0x plus e raised to 0x into bracket c2 cos t plus c3 sin t. Here is a t. Here is mistake because here independent variable is t. So here we require t. So complementary function is corresponding to root 0 and plus minus I is complementary function is equal to c1 plus c2 cos t plus c3 sin t. So this is all about complementary function. Now we will go to find a particular integral. See here, particular integral, as you know definition of particular integral is equal to 1 upon f of d into x, 1 upon what is f of d? F of d nothing but tq plus d, but this can be written as d into d square plus 1, and capital X nothing but right hand side of the given equation, that is a cos t plus t square plus 3. Now here is three terms, cos t, t square, 3. We will give separate denominator to the each term. We get 1 upon d into d square plus 1 cos t plus 1 upon d into d square plus 1 t square plus 1 upon d into d square plus 1, and third term is 3. Now we have to solve each term separately. Here 3 can be written as 3 into e raised to 0 t. See here, here is a cos t, here is a t square, here is a 3 into e raised to 0 t. So in order to solve this fraction, that is 1 upon d into d square plus 1 into cos t, we have to use type number 2. Here we have to use type number 3. We have just seen here exponential, so we have to use type number 1. So we will find now separately these fractions. Okay, for sake of convenience, we are writing here. See, we now solve each term separately. For first term we will use type 2. For this term we use type 2. Say corresponding to this fraction pi as a p1. For second term, we use type number 3, say P2, and for third term, we use type number 1, say particular integral as a P3. So find first P1. P1 is equal to this fraction nothing but P1, this fraction nothing but P2, and this fraction nothing but P3. So P1 is equal to 1 upon d into d square plus 1 into cos t. As you know, in type number 2, if right hand side is of the form cos x or sin x, that time we are putting this square is equal to minus square. But here, see here a nothing but 1, so we have to put this square is equal to minus 1. If we put here this square is equal to minus 1, denominator becomes 0. Okay, so denominator becomes 0, that means we will get 1 upon 0, it has no meaning. That time we have to use next this formula. Take on denominator t, take a derivative of denominator, t square plus 1 with respect to d, we get a derivative as 2d into cos t. Next 1 upon d, here is t square by 2, 1 upon d into cos d, 1 upon d nothing but integration. We have to find integration of cos t, integration of cos t with respect to t nothing but sin t. So we get 1 upon d t by 2 sin t. 1 upon 2 integration of 1 upon d, as you know 1 upon d nothing but first one time integration of this quantity t into sin t. But here is 1 upon 2 is constant, take outside the integration. 1 upon 2 integration t into sin t dt. Use the integration by parts rule. we get integration of t sin t as a minus t cos t plus sin t. Okay, here 1 by 2 is constant. This is the particular integral related to the first term. Now for the second term, we are saying here second term particular integral as a p2. We get p2 is equal to 1 upon d square plus 1 t square 1 upon d. Take this bracket on the numerator. We get 1 upon d square raised to minus 1 into t square. Here we have to use expansion of 1 plus x raised to minus 1. As you know expansion, here see here, this is the expansion. Here 1 plus x raised to minus 1, whose expansion is 1 minus x plus x square minus x cube plus and so on. But here x nothing but what? X nothing but d square. So we get put in that expression x as d square. We get 1 upon d into bracket 1 minus d square plus d raised to 4 plus and so on into t square. Now multiply this term t square inside the bracket. We get 1 upon d into bracket 1 into t square minus d square into t square. We get 1 upon d t square minus d square t square plus next term is what? D raised to 4 into t square. D raised to 4 nothing but fourth derivative of that quantity. As you know, first derivative of t square is a 2t, next derivative is 2, third derivative is 0, fourth derivative is 0, fifth derivative is 0. That's why there is no need to write next term and so on, because the derivative becomes 0. So here we get 1 upon d into bracket t square as it is, and second derivative d square nothing but second derivative of t square is 2. So we get p2 as 1 upon d into bracket t square minus 2. 1 upon d nothing but first time integration. Integration of t square is what? T cube by 3 minus 2 as it is, and 1 upon d integration of 1 is what? T. So we get p2 as a t cube upon 3 minus 2t. Now next term, third term, p3 is equal to 1 upon d into d square plus 1 3 into e raised to 0 t. Here we have to use case number type number 1. As you know, we have seen when the right hand side of the equation is of the form e raised to x, that time we are putting in the denominator in place of d as a, that time denominator must be not equal to 0. See here, we put d is equal to 0. See here, denominator becomes 0. So take derivative of the denominator. What do we get? Multiply d to the inside. We get d cube plus d. Take derivative 3d square. If we put 0 in place of d, denominator becomes 0. So take t on the numerator and take derivative of denominator. Here do not take this is the product of two terms. Multiply d inside the bracket, we get d cube plus d. Take derivative 3d square plus 1. So we get d upon 3d square plus 1. Put d is equal to 0. We get 3t. So required particular integral is what? Add all these p1 plus p2 plus p3. We get particular integral as 1 upon 2 into bracket minus t cos t plus sin t plus t cube by 3 minus 2t plus 3t. Okay, this is the required particular integral. So from this particular integral and complement function, we can write easily complete solution or general solution as y is equal to cf plus pi. We get y is equal to c1 plus, here is a pi, sorry, here is a cf, see here, this is the cf, c1 plus c2 cos t plus c3 sin t, and here is a pi. Okay, add this Ca plus Pi, we get required a complete solution. So complete solution is C1 plus C2 cos t plus C3 sin t plus 1 by 2 minus t cos t plus sin t plus t cube by 3 plus t minus 2t plus 3t, nothing but t. Okay, this is all about type number 3. Okay, we will see one more example in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.